This the link up. This the link up. This the link up. Welcome to the link up. This the link up. This the link up. This the link up. Welcome to the link up. Ooh. Yes, this the link up. People, welcome back to the link up. This is the voice of the Caribbean. And we're not gonna do a long drawn out intro that we've been doing for all the past weeks, Keep it short and to the point. We're gonna jump right into the first topic. Oh, I've also forgot, this the host, obviously, Mr. King, and I got my co-host with me right here, Kana.
Yes, good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon. How you know what time people gonna be listening to this?
Right,
you don't know what time
right
people gonna
now
listen to
is
this.
Amsterdam time and it's afternoon, so I saying good afternoon.
You have a point. Okay, then.
Right. Speaking of different time zones and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'd say we're gonna jump into the first topic.
Yes.
You've been following this hurricane thing that's supposed to be followed. That's supposed to be hitting the Caribbean islands like next week.
I'm aware of it, and I saw headlines and stuff like that. I saw it going on the Facebook timelines and stuff talking about Hurricane Irma, but I haven't been following too closely. The last I heard was it was a Category 2, but you're just correcting me off air.
Right now is we Saturday. Today's the what? Saturday the 2nd.
Yes,
September.
2nd of September.
Yeah, right now is a Category 2, Category 3 hurricane. By the time it hit the Leeward Islands, which is St. Martin, Sable, Anguilla, a couple of other islands.
I can't help you because I know it off top. I should know these things.
Somebody else, please correct me or list in the comments what it really is. But yeah, it's supposed to be hitting the islands there around Tuesday, Wednesday. So by the time it hit the islands, they projected to be Category 4. And for those of you who don't really know
being familiar with hurricanes like that.
Yeah, with hurricanes, period. The most dangerous hurricane ever recorded was Category 5. So this one would be pretty bad if it hit the islands.
Yeah. We've had, in the history of Saman, we've had some pretty bad ones. Like, I feel like the most notable ones, of course, Hurricane Lewis, and Lenny was another one that was like... Lenny had caused some serious damage because it had stayed a while.
Yeah, but you see... With Lenny, we had kind of learned from Lewis. So Lenny wasn't that bad. Lewis,
but
the whole of Ebenezer was flat.
Yeah, but I think into kind of like my grandmother lived in town, and town was flood. Like town, the pond, like it always happens though. But I mean, like the pond had raised serious and like.
By me, with the amount of rain that comes, sometimes you just can't help that. But yeah. I just hope all my friends and family and acquaintances and even everybody else on the island, period,
everybody stay safe
by stocking up on sandbags if you have to, if you know your place will flood easy, like in some places in Ebenezer. Water, make sure you have enough water, canned food,
candles, batteries, and things like that.
Radio.
You know current gonna go. You know GB is not going to be there to comfort you throughout the hurricane. So make sure you're prepared for that. So you got your candles, so you can have your light, your radio and stuff, so you can stay tuned into the news and stuff like that.
Extra batteries. I don't know what Telcel and UTS gonna be doing with service and stuff like that. I don't know if phones gonna be working. I highly doubt it because phones don't work on a regular. So
I don't know.
I don't know with that either. But I'm sure all your radio stations, not only St. Martin, all the other surrounding islands, I sure your radio stations going to be giving y'all hopefully hourly updates of what's going on in your surrounding areas. So make sure you have extra batteries again, radios, flashlights. What else do I got, Mr. King? We've been through a couple of them.
Yeah, but luckily, most of these situations, I was a young child in the sense of like I wasn't really the one that had to pay too much attention on making sure everything was on point. Like my mother had all of that taken care of, but
I mean, yeah, but I
the usual things was I guess board up the windows and doors, potentially the tape the windows. Certain people.
That's a very important one too.
We never really did too much on the taping the windows and things. We would just board them up. But like we have shutters. We got shutters, so like at least on some of the windows then, not all of them. But
my mother wasn't playing that. We had shutters and we taped some of the windows. But don't wait till last minute to check your shutters, whether it's rolling or you got the wood shutters on the outside, because you don't want last minute for a high wind to come and your shutter ain't working properly. So get that fixed. Everybody, check on your people, check on your mother, your grandmother, your uncle, because you want to hear somebody missing, and that, trust me.
Make sure you got Club Social crackers and things like that.
Hey, Vienna sausage and bread.
Hurricane food.
But yeah, what was corned beef and rice?
Honestly, I never liked corned beef like that, you know.
But
like, I was never a fan of corned beef.
But
that was not my thing.
It had to be with rice, though. That's the only way my mother could get me to eat it. Like,
I just wouldn't eat it. Like, thankfully, my mother wasn't cooking that because she know I wouldn't eat it. I think partially she... I don't know. I don't know if she liked it or not. She just never used to cook that, so I didn't have to worry about them problems. But yeah, that wasn't a regular thing in my household.
By that was a little quick something my mother could do, and she didn't want to feel like being in the kitchen. And I didn't mind it at all.
But like,
with some red plantain? How are you? Anyway, but yeah, that's the whole weather situation with that. Hopefully, they were saying as well, it could possibly go west, so that'll be a little bit more up north. That makes sense.
What?
Yeah, no, that sentence didn't make so much sense.
Which direction is the hurricane going, partner?
I believe it's supposed to go up north. It's like a little bit more away. So I don't know where the whole west is.
So away from the Caribbean and things like that. Okay, then.
Hopefully, yeah.
So that has more direction of the US then. Because they're more north than us are like.
Yeah, but they're more like they're more northeast, no?
Mm.
No, not west. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah,
not west.
Yeah.
So then, if this go a little bit more north, this will be hitting, instead of Florida, will be going more towards like New York, kind of ways.
Okay. True.
But if it does have to go its current path and like pass the islands and head towards like Florida and maybe possibly Texas again.
But I messed up, Dre. Like, people need to catch a break.
You've been seeing Texas as well. I mean, speaking of bad weather,
like it's hard not to see it because that was all over social media as well. And at the same time, though, like, not to kind of switch it to a next topic right away, but I saw just as much of posts as there was about the Hurricane Harvey situation and what going on in Houston and stuff like that. I saw a lot of people posting about, so why is it that nobody's talking about what going on in the floods in Asia and stuff like that?
Oh, there are floods in Asia? Usually I would know. What's going on there?
See, that's the thing. I personally haven't looked into much of it. I saw like memes and posts and things, but I mean, I haven't actually checked like full articles and nothing like that. But there's basically there was a monsoon somewhere in Asia. I don't remember exactly where. Nepal was one of the places affected and stuff like that, and Nepal recently just had an earthquake and stuff over there.
Oh, yeah?
Nepal had some serious thing not too long in recent history, a natural disaster over there, and now there's a monsoon over there apparently, so they got some serious flooding going on. But I ain't looked too deep into it to see like exactly how bad the situation is, but I know it's pretty bad over there as well. But people complaining about the lack of coverage and stuff like that from the most social media places or the mainstream media news outlets and stuff. I understand most of them is US, so they're gonna cover what affects the US. It's not a new phenomenon. It happens all the time.
So I don't understand what's the big help. If you want people to know going on over in Asia, then you post what it is going on. Then man,
yeah.
I don't get what going on.
But I can't critique those people because I'm one of those people that's often quick to point out the hypocrisy when it comes to news coverage, or at least when looking at certain issues, like if a tragedy going on, if it happens to Europe, the way the news reports it as if it's the biggest catastrophe ever, when like maybe 2 people died, when in some other poorer country that made the people their skin color might be a little darker and stuff like that, and you got 200-300 people dying and not even an article, not barely any coverage. Like, it's a regular thing that happens.
That's a normal something. But at the same time, my whole thing with that thing and with like that situation in Texas is it seemed like everybody get caught off guard. How?
Yeah, they hear about the Joel Osteen, the mix up with the pastor who had this the Lakewood Church, I think is the name of the church, that he had this. He could hold something like 16,000 people or 1,600, some ridiculous amount of people.
I didn't get into it, but I hear that the man closed the church and he wouldn't let nobody in.
The man, there was this whole scandal because the man was like, the church, they had issued this statement saying that the church is currently not being used as a shelter because it's inaccessible due to flooding and stuff like that. But then they had some people who passed by the church and like film it, and it's like, but the church looked fine, the roads and everything, ain't really no flooding going on there. And then later some pictures had come out from another representative of a church posting on the social media account, like showing a basement or a parking garage area, and like that's what flooded, but the actual church and where most people would be is like, it's completely fine.
But
so basically they just got caught in a lie. Joel, this dude had come out in a TV interview and explain the situation, and all of his answers was like just sounding like a bunch of nonsense and things talking about, yeah, but if we had known, if the city had asked us to help, we would have been quick to help and stuff like that.
Oh, so the
but
city
they didn't
had
ask
to,
us.
the city had to ask
Exactly.
you to, you see everybody donating money and stuff like that, but the city had to ask you.
And they had some posts come out from other mosques and things. And it was like, yeah, the city never asked us, but I mean, the mosque doors been open since the tragedy hit.
But yet they want you to have faith in the church. And
yes,
this is the same man that get rich off of people.
The size of the church is huge. That you don't get a church that big. Like, but he gotta be making serious money as well. Joel Osteen, the DVDs. Look, like, my mother been watching this.
So now explain to me how a pastor has a private jet.
Yeah, but I can't mean that was in Creflo Dollar. Like someone of the other
all of them
televangelists, as they're known.
All of them have their own private jet.
They balling, yeah. They
balling. How? Sway, how?
I don't got the answers.
And then you pull a stunt like that. These same people are supposed to be that practically make you rich.
Then
another one for Christianity, bye.
Religion as a whole.
But you can't say religion as a whole, because look, the mosque was open.
Yes, you're right.
That's a religion.
But
that's just the Christian. The Christian faith. I'm sorry, has been screwing over its people since the Dark Ages.
I'm not saying you're incorrect there, because most people who's had any real conversation with me knows I have a lot of qualms about Christianity as a religion and different things like that. But it's not just, this problem isn't only it doesn't only happen with Christianity. This is something that you see in many other, and it's not only just specific to religions as well. Like, you see it, I feel like there's the same type of exploitation of the followers and stuff like that in a lot of other
but I find it's more tense when it's your pastor, but
it's messed up. But I mean, anything, I feel like most things that have a leader, and there's a lot of people out here selling hope, basically. That's all I'm trying to say. There's a lot of people selling hope to people, and
but there's certain people. I guess my point of view with that is
from people like Alex Jones, for example. I don't know if you're familiar with Alex Jones.
I don't know who that is.
He's a very prominent. If you gotta follow Politica these days, he's coming up in politics a lot more and stuff like that, because he got close ties to Trump, and Trump apparently does get a lot of news from Alex Jones. And he got this Info-Warriors thing on YouTube.
The panel to be screaming. No man.
This man.
No.
This man.
Trust me. I've dealt in conspiracy theories and stuff, and not to switch the topic, because we're not going to, but this man has talked. No, he too much stupidness.
I understand, but listen, that to show you the state that the country is in, that the US is in.
Be specific.
This is where Trump getting he news from. He watches him religiously, and Alex Jones talks as if he and Trump got this close bond, this close connection and stuff like that. Like, they just talk to each other personally, like they calling each other and things like that. That kind of.
He was like that with all the people that he fired too.
I'm just saying, if we got these people that spouting the type of ideologies and things that Alex Jones does, and this, I just basically mentioned him because he's another great example of somebody who does be selling fear to people, and I got the answer. It's like, I'm constantly telling you about they coming for you in this way. Like, there's all of these conspiracies or whatever, the water is the water got fluoride in it and all these things.
And the chemtrails.
And I'm sending you to my website so that you could buy the water filter, because I am providing a water filter. And that type of thing, it happens a lot. You see the same thing even in conscious communities, like the people who selling the books and whatever, because yes, this is the true things, but then potentially, man, all the books ain't even source necessarily, where you getting this information from, but they're selling these books, so this legit information, because
but you see, that's the thing, you
taking advantage of followers.
But that's going back to my point, is you expect certain things from certain people, Jad. So it's like, okay, you guys shoot. If there's me and a doctor there, right, and I choose say, I gonna try to save you, Gary. I gonna put the bullet out. If I kill you, if you happen to dead while I doing it, you should understand. Well, not you should understand, because you'll be dead anyway. Yeah. But the situation is understandable, because I don't have no kind of professional training. I don't know what it is I doing. But if the doctor come and he say he gonna come and save you, and he kill you, now we gonna have beef with the doctor, because he was
He trained for this.
Yeah,
This is what he's supposed to be doing.
So like these people, these pastors and stuff like that, they're supposed to be not only did they have like church school?
Yeah, like there's different schools if you want to be educated, like theology schools and stuff like that for certain religions.
I would assume, I don't really know, but I would assume these people go to them kind of schools, or at least these have them kind of experiences to be leading this vast amount of people and spouting the crap that they do. So if they have that, you would expect that, yeah, okay, he know what he's talking about because he's supposed to have the credentials and that kind of thing. So I would quicker listen to him. He would have a more influential point because he's supposed to know what good. So if somebody like that constantly have that power and constantly doing and taking advantage of the followers like that, you will find that's more messed up than somebody who just like, yeah, I ain't a pastor, I don't really have nothing. It's just like, yeah, listen to me and I is the one.
As the saying goes, absolute power corrupts absolutely. And I feel like there's very few people that escape that are able to just not be affected by that and not become corrupt at some point. And when you look at the pastors of these mega churches and stuff like that, the amount of followers they have, the amount of people feeding their ego and allowing them to just be wrapped up in their own bubble of their own beliefs, and like basically they got so many people telling them what you're saying is right and I agree with what you think is like. It's a difficult thing, I feel, for anybody. Like when you look at celebrities and all their fans shouting their names and things, similar effect. And the way that these Joel Osteen, how this man on TV and how much of a public figure he is, I feel like.
But you find a celebrity to be necessarily really that legit taking advantage of people in that type of way? Because you have to remember now, these churches that be asking for money now. That's how these men get rich now. Donations and this kind of stuff. It's directly from the people. Okay, cool. Celebrities and artists the same way. They buy the ticket sales and whatever the case is. But you going for entertainment. Mm-hmm. That to me, a celebrity is supposed to be different. I mean, if you go, I mean, I don't know.
It's all about the feeling. People going is
because church, the same entertainment. If the church is the same, them things the same entertainment.
Uplifting of the soul type of feeling. You go in there, you're feeling camaraderie. Everybody praising whatever Lord they subscribe to and stuff like that. In community type of environment is really not that much different. A concert and going listen to the pastor. A whole crowd of people and everybody listening to you.
Yeah, but at least I feel like I get in a product with it. Is a performance, is a show. I buy in something.
You getting a feeling. Every situation, no matter what, you getting a feeling from both of them. Because you're getting the product of the music and stuff like that. You're getting the product of the sermon or whatever it is. But that product has a feeling attached to it, that a feeling of upliftment in community, whatever it may be, that artists are trying to sell you with whatever song it is, whatever feeling that song gives you and stuff. That's usually what it is people like.
I guess I was more hung up on the fact of donations, but I was just remembering there is not only donation, because these man got like books and CD sermons and audio tapes.
The Joel Osteen type of ones.
That's what this man get a lot of money from. That endorsements and them kind of shit.
And then it's all now they ain't paying tax and all that on top of it because they're a religious organization, blah blah blah. When it's clear as these companies run just like companies basically.
By name something that's not a company anymore. From churches to boxing. Oh, speaking of boxing, not to directly veer off, right? But you see that fight?
What a segue! What a segue! Gotta acknowledge that segue there. You know? Claps for that one there. But yes, indeed. I saw most of the fight. I mean,
I am highly disappointed with the amount of hype this fight had.
It was the same, but why? Like I felt the same way when I actually stayed up and watched the Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather one.
Yeah, I had stayed up.
And the amount of hype that there was surrounding that fight, it was just like this one.
Yeah, but
I felt the disappointment level was equally the same.
Yeah, no. Okay, why I felt it's not the same is because
both fights was not entertaining like that.
But no, this is okay. I actually watched like all after the whole fight. And I watched the other fights with Mayweather as well. That's because I just personally wanted to see him lose. Mm. But this one, I actually was rooting for him. Because I know he was going to win either way. But this fight with McGregor, this man hit him a lot now. Mayweather didn't take half as many blows with Pacquiao, you know. Like Kana, this is the one thing I could say.
He started out the rounds, okay? He started the fight,
the man threw hands.
He threw some hands, although however awkward and like...
But...
However awkward they was looking, yeah.
But... I think the
They
TKO.
shouldn't stop it. They shouldn't stop it.
You don't find so?
They should have let me knock him down. They shouldn't stop it. I don't feel like they should have stopped it. Because people want to see entertainment now.
Yo,
I want it. Like,
you realize this man couldn't even put up your hands.
However much I don't really care about boxing, I would like to see Mayweather knock him down. Simply because of the supporters of this fight is who is more ridiculous to me than anything. Like when you look through comments of any piece of promotional material or whatever relating to this fight, dog, the amount of people that you seen that's for McGregor and the reasons they for McGregor, and when you look at who these people tend to be, is like. Was this really a boxing match, or was this match
a race war?
Basically, cause that's all it seemed like, and it literally like how logic went out the window, and it's like, listen, I think that this person who has never engaged in this type of activity is going to win. They believe with all of their heart that McGregor is going to beat a professional in something that he does. Somebody who never did it before. Yes, the logic in.
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of had get into the whole race war thing a little bit because normally, like I say previously, I just normally watch Mayweather fights to hopefully see him lose. Mm-hmm. But in this one, I had to be like, he fights in a white by Conor McGregor. Normally I don't watch some MMA fights, so I had no Conor McGregor from before, and he'd piss me off normally. So here is like both fighters just piss me off in general. You had a dog in this fight, basically.
None of them are your good side.
Exactly. So it's like, it's a black man versus a white man. So it's kind of tense that was like my first decision on why I choose Mayweather. But then if I had to compare both of them as fighters,
I feel like I was approaching this from an outside thing. I don't watch MMA. I don't watch boxing like that. I watch the Manny Pacquiao and thing fight purely because of how much hype there was around it. You couldn't escape it.
I mean,
so I just got caught up watching it myself.
I'm not gonna say I expert in boxing, but I watch the Mayweather fights and I hear other people talk about it and stuff like that.
I've seen clips.
No, I actually watched the
full fights and thing. True. Yeah, the Manny Pacquiao one, that was the first full fight I watched.
I watched all the other people that he thing up from. I can't remember the other people's names, but how Mayweather does fight is defensive, and the man is waiting for counter. So I had no from the jump. The only
McGregor
way
going to beat this person. How?
The only way McGregor would win is if he knock out Floyd, because how he was going on.
I feel like he has potential to beat Floyd if he actually was trained as a boxer, because when you look at how the beginning started, it's like
it really was. He didn't have
the length was messing him up. The reach, Mayweather could not get in there. Mayweather, like in the first couple of rounds, Mayweather could not get inside to hit this man because he just keeps straight jabbing, and the man arm lengths long. He got height on him. He got height on him. And he arms longer than him. So Floyd could not get in, but he conditioned. He not trained. He not ready, and he weak and slow down.
But that was
you could see the lack of power behind this man punches. Floyd punches, even though he's small and things like you could see he was actually putting some effort in them punches.
That was the man game plan in every fight. The man is leave the pan. The man is leave the pan out, punch him, and tire himself out. And then the last couple of rounds, he just go in, win. Either he win by decision or he win by most of the time it's actually decision.
Yeah, cause he knocking out people like that. He have a few in his career, but he knocking out Floyd. He knocking out people like that.
But the man smart. The man is smart.
He's a good boxer,
and that's exactly.
He got 49. His 50th win now. I mean,
I wouldn't fight no more. If I was Floyd, I wouldn't.
He has
no
reason. According to me, that was the whole thing. He was supposedly retired before, but I mean, I feel like now at 40, at this age, he like.
Yo, and
he need to quit.
The worst thing about this fight, right? That just killed me the most is the people who'd be like, yeah, boy, respect for McGregor. Respect for what?
Kind of say, he put up for 10 rounds or how much longer?
No, I sorry. Don't come and make your mouth that big.
I agree with that.
Okay, cool. I understand.
I felt them people just illogical. How could you even conceive the thought that McGregor was going to win?
I had this conversation with a couple of friends and they point out which was obvious to me already. I understand boxing, like how we end up on this conversation is a business.
I was just gonna go there because that was something that I thought was an interesting thing
It's
too.
a
When you look at
business.
what the fight represented as a whole, because like Floyd represents boxing, the boxing industry, all the money and stuff that's tied into there versus MMA. If Floyd had lost that would have been, that's bigger than a loss for just Floyd. That's a loss on boxing, and that essentially saying that somebody from this other genre over here could just come in, not even training thing, and we cleaning up who is supposedly the best at what it is that y'all do that.
Yeah, but it's obvious.
Floyd could not lose that fight.
Not only that, it's obvious if
The
Floyd,
world of boxing would
if
not have
Flo-
him lose that.
If Floyd had to go in MMA, Kana would ring
He would
him up.
lose, of course.
He would ring Floyd. I don't think
You
Floyd
could
would
s-
ever be stupid enough to even
All the
try
hammer
that.
fists and stuff like that. You can see because he not used to McGregor, not used to fighting in that type
yo.
of situation. All the illegal things that
All
he
of
trying
that.
trying to
But back,
instinctively come from MMA. How he want to throw his hands and stuff.
back to my original point. Respect for what? It's impossible you make your mouth that big.
To lose them.
knowing that you come into a totally different world, Jad.
And you and train to even make it to the end of the fight.
Only a couple of months and you only lasted that 8 round and a technical knock. Yo, I don't care what nobody say. If this man had gone another round, he would get knocked out.
Yeah.
He could not even put up his hands.
Like
and you tell
I
me, yeah,
said.
respect for McGregor because he come from MMA and he come from doing no,
That
yo,
way-
you got yo. You know what's you wanna kill me?
That way they have to let the fight go on. That.
You know,
Let
you
the
really
man take his licks.
look back at the promotion for this. Mayweather was talking, yeah. But you realize how toned down Mayweather was compared to like the Pacquiao fights, both of them, and all the other things.
I wasn't following too much of the press conference, but
Okay.
I saw that a lot of people was getting into it. Cause like McGregor had made some comments. I called him a boy and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
he
He
had-
was saying like there was this racial undertones, blah
yeah,
blah blah,
yeah.
to the comments. Like I heard that, but
maybe there was. I mean, there's
I
also
didn't
more
watch the
reason.
actual press
More reason
conferences.
why I'm glad that Mayweather busting the ass. But that ain't the point. Mayweather was really toned down that because I was watching the press conference and the Showtime thing before and all that kind of shit. And I was watching that. It was this man was really even when it'd be face to face and all that kind of shit. This Mayweather just there watching him. McGregor just there running him out saying all kind of things, and then you want to tell me you come there and give that kind of performance? All right, cool.
You gotta create a spectacle for the people.
But
dog.
that's
You gotta create a
why I
spectacle.
bring in the point there that yeah, it's a business and they're just hyping up and it's
Yeah,
but my whole thing is you
gotta
don't
sell
think
them tickets.
okay, cool. If that's the case, you don't think Floyd would have been hyping up too? Okay, cool. Yeah, he was bringing out money and this and that, but that's you always do. That's Floyd, the man, self-proclaimed money Mayweather. I mean,
Yeah.
the man have the money to back it up, but he wasn't as showboating and as cocky as an annoying he does normally be. And I find
Why do you think that was? Well,
I don't know.
what's your theory on that?
I don't know. I just find all the Conor McGregor fans need to sit the fuck down
I agree.
because there's no way this man was going to fucking beat Mayweather. No way. None.
Yeah, I agree. As I said, logical.
Oh yeah, give respect to McGregor, man. If you don't haul your mothers.
Like a professional, the best in what he does, potentially going against a rookie.
I mean, the man pissed me off too, but y'all give Jackie. The man was 49 and 0 for a reason. Obviously, he show you again why he's 15 0. And you tell me, yeah, respect for McGregor.
LeBron gonna pick up a tennis racket and go play.
Friggin' Serena.
Yeah, okay, I don't know, but I was trying to think of who's like the top in men. I know like a couple years ago.
Serena
it was,
would
like,
bust in his ass, dog. You even got to go top in men.
Yeah, but you see that I wouldn't say that because from what I know, there was in the past there was a time when Serena had played against, or there was talking about having Serena play against some dude like one of the best ranked, but he wasn't even the top ranked, and he had played Serena. I think what happened was there was a match that went down with Serena and some dude who was nowhere in like the top ranked in tennis, but just the fact he was man like how it was a blow, dog. Like Serena lost against a dude who was nowhere near like the top when it comes in the tennis world.
Yeah, but you're talking about somebody who's in the
I know,
tennis world.
yes, I understand that. But
We doing this opposite thing. So LeBron might be a good athlete in general, but don't mean he could come in friggin' Serena playground and play this thing about how he gonna come and dominate and embarrass people. So you don't think Serena would cut LeBron ass in tennis? That's what you're trying to tell me. Just because
Why?
LeBron's a man?
I don't know that LeBron his like It would be. I feel like it would be interesting.
So
dog.
you mean
like,
so you?
LeBron is like his just looking at his athletic ability, dog. Like he's a tall dude. The length that he could cover. I ain't saying like if you give LeBron with no kind of tennis training, of course he ain't got no kind of technique and tennis. Tennis is a very technical sport. It's all about technique and stuff like that.
Power is only part of it.
Yeah, but if he has basic tennis understanding, has some kind of training in tennis, I feel like he could potentially be okay because, like, yo, the dude is big, dog, and he's reasonably quick. I feel like he could, the span that he could cover on a tennis court, how small it is, how much smaller it is compared to running up and down a basketball. I think it will be interesting to see him in that. I don't know if you win. I really don't know, but I think it'll be interesting to see.
I believe Serena would boss in yes.
I don't know, man. I don't know
because
like,
she
I got faith in Serena, but I don't know.
She got the experience.
Yeah,
she know how to walk him. She know how long to go, how to hit the ball, where to hit it. Obviously, he a rookie, so she got tricks that he don't even know about, and all he got is power, that
quickness.
So you really feel LeBron would keep up to Serena when it comes to agility on the tennis court?
I don't know. I think
I really don't think so.
LeBron in pretty good shape, Serena in pretty good shape, athletically and stamina, and like just being able to play the whole game. I don't think LeBron would do terribly. I ain't saying he's going to like beat Serena because of he's like, as I said, it's a very technical sport. Like
I believe he can,
and it takes time to really get that technique in the wrist and all that. Like he probably gonna lose. He needs some training, but yeah, I don't know.
I believe she and Boston has, but anyway, that was just my example. But anyway, wrap up of this whole long story short, McGregor needed to know he lane and stay in he lane.
Yeah, and I feel like he was. I feel like Mayweather did his job in putting him back in his place. But yeah, all of that done. They both get paid millions, and like ain't nobody upset about the loss in that. Nobody losing that fight. There were no losers in that fight.
I still catching public trans. These men catching jet back home. So I mean,
there were no losers in that fight.
Like me to say, I think McGregor walk home with like a couple hundred.
So some 100 million or something. Some ridiculous
I think
number.
100 million, and Mayweather was
another
like
ridiculous number. Yeah,
500, and that's just what they getting from the fight, not what they bet on themselves or what they get the people to bet on them. And well, I mean, if you bet on McGregor, you don't really get much money. But hey,
what if you bet on McGregor? I see, like, why? That's all I gotta ask you. Why? Why you was that? Because like, you could have sent me that money. You wanted to lose money that bad. Like, why? That?
They must have thought it was an MMA fight. Boxing and MMA could do completely different.
Yes, we all know if you had put Mayweather in an MMA fight, he would have get licks. We all know that.
Yeah.
If you take somebody that's proficient at one skill and throw in a rookie like the Serena and thing, chances are the person who's proficient at what game or event, sport, whatever it is you're playing is going to win. That's just my automatic line of thinking. Yep. I just feel like with the Serena and LeBron thing, I feel like it's not that clear cut due to the not just both of them being top athletes in their respective sport, but also the gender difference and stuff like that, and the fact that I know certain traits, not all, from basketball can carry over to tennis. Can't like jump in, you have no use for that in tennis. Like maybe if the ball hit a little high above your head, like Brown can jump ridiculously high and smash or something. Like I don't know.
Using two attributes that he would use for basketball: agility and power. Other than that, Serena going to bust in he has.
Probably, I don't know. Like
what? Speaking of beef and speaking on fight, right? Mm-hmm. I know we've been talking about this like a past couple episodes, but I just find this amusingly funny.
What?
How this slowly creeping up. This beef between North Korea and the rest of the world, put to say. I mean, let's say. Look, right. Everybody say it's not gonna happen, right? I've been talking to people like, yeah, it's not gonna happen. Remember, no? People say Trump was gonna be president either, no? People say that wasn't gonna happen either.
But from time I was talking about this, I said, I think it's not gonna happen, but that might just be due to my wishful thinking because I don't want it to happen. And to me, it makes no sense if we go into nuclear war, at least.
Yo, all right. So for those who don't know, or who might not have heard everything, this is how much I know what's going on so far.
What's the latest developments?
North Korea sent a missile over Japan, over Hokkaido. That was supposed to be some kind of sign of military strength. Yeah. and that the military power is increasing. South Korea didn't like that too much because there's an alliance with South Korea, Japan, and United States. South Korea didn't like that too much, and South Korea sent one back over.
I wasn't aware that they had sent one back.
Yeah.
I know that North Korea had sent the one on Japan.
Yeah. South Korea sent one back, so they was like, okay, are you doing this? We can do this too.
Yo, but like not to stop it here, but like I'd see a video a little bit of like how it was when the missile was launched, and I was like, yo, that 10 is kind of like they had the sirens go, like similar to like what we have here in Amsterdam, like the sirens going off and people getting messages like, yo, a missile has just been launched.
They
like,
sent the government had sent a warning in the morning to every phone in Hokkaido area and the surrounding area. I think maybe even all of Japan. I can't remember.
I don't know,
but everybody had get it in the morning.
You can imagine waking up and seeing like, yo, a missile has just been launched over your city and shit.
The message had said something along the lines, of course, I'm paraphrasing. Go to the strongest house, or the closest earthquake proof structure, or head to a basement. That's what the government sent the
I'll
people.
be like, this is what you're telling me to do? Like, this missile will depend on what is these people launching. You really feel like...
And then not only that, so that happened. So those two incidents happened. And then not too long ago, a couple of days ago there, United States, South Korea, and Japan had do training exercise with the Air Force. And the United States had bring out the most, what they're saying is the most high-tech stealth bomber. And from what the article, this was from the Insider, New York Insider, or the New Insider, something like that.
Okay.
And they was like, according to the general from the United States Air Force, deciding to change the top. I can't remember, it's the F-35 or something like that. Some kind of stealth bomber, improved stealth bomber. They working on fixing the planes to be able to hold the nukes, to be able to carry and drop nukes. Yo, this getting real serious, Like what? It just one more missile need to fall in the wrong place. That's it, no.
I just wonder what those certain families up to right now. Those people who have a history of funding both sides of wars throughout human history and just kind of profiting because they manufacture certain types of weapons and stuff like that.
They're making money.
Yeah,
I believe now, especially the time gearing up for war, is when these people will make the most money.
But that's exactly part of that's why people. There's money in war. That's part of why it happens. Like the Lockheed Martins of the world, the weapons manufacturers of the world and stuff like that.
It's sad to say, but war is actually an economic driver, Because if you think about it produces money to a certain extent and it kind of cuts down the population. It's sad to say, but it does. It does.
There's people in rooms just sitting down and that's like... They just looking at war and just calculating the numbers and things like that. They to them it ain't nothing about the lives lost and looking at the human aspect of war.
It's a business. It's all a business.
But still, like my standpoint hasn't changed in the sense that I just feel that nuclear war makes no sense. I don't think that it should happen. I'm hoping that it don't happen simply because I feel it don't make no sense. That doesn't mean that what I think reflects what Mr. Kim Jong-un or what Trump thinks and whoever else is involved in this. I don't know who.
Obviously, that's what they think because they're preparing for it.
Who is the head of... I don't know if they have a prime minister or what. I don't know.
South Korea?
Japan has... I have no idea who is the head of state or political figure in charge of Japan.
Prime Minister. Yeah, is a prime minister, and I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but I remember what he looked like. If that give me any points,
you have to spot him out in a lineup or something.
Yeah. Hey, let me show you some. I ain't gonna say that, but let's just say they have a lot of people around looking like him.
True.
So he's not a very distinguished looking Japanese fella. But anyway.
He just looks regular.
But yeah, I find so at least. But it really look like it's going to happen. I just curious to see who will pop it off first. Who will be the first one to do like who will hit first?
I know this is gonna sound terrible, but if it does happen, hopefully it just stays with the countries who seem to be like things popping off over there now. Like leave it stay amongst Japan and South Korea, North Korea, leave it stay over there in Asia. Like I know it sounds terrible, but I am not in Asia. Like that way I at least don't die. It's selfish. I acknowledge that, but I ain't trying to die in nuclear war and stuff like that. I would prefer not to have that happen.
I can't say that. I got people in Asia. I ain't want them getting vaporized.
Listen, I don't want to wish bad on Asia at all. That's not my intentions. Like I have no qualms with Asian people.
If they want to fight, just keep it over there.
That's all I'm saying. If y'all want beef, go ahead, do your thing over there. Like leave me over here chilling. That's all I'm asking.
But you see, I don't know, but it depends how serious that is, because if you think about it, the United States could take out North Korea on their own. Like they don't need Japan and South Korea. I think they're gonna just do it because, like, to show that we can. We tell you not to do it, and you still do it. So we coming for you. I think that's my standpoint. I think that's how I see it.
I feel like the US could easily do that if they wanted to. I mean, we've seen what they did to the Middle East with all the drone bombs, the ridiculous amount of drone strikes.
And that's drone strikes. We talking about
under
nukes.
Obama. Yeah, but that my first thing was. My first thing to say that it wouldn't happen, why the US wouldn't get involved was like, why would they put their troops at risk? But then that's me thinking like old school war and stuff, forgetting that these people, the US just like drones is what they into nowadays.
No, but you have to understand, it's not only that. They have an alliance to uphold.
I understand that, but I mean,
Allah is part of it as well.
But they could still support in other ways without actually actively getting involved. They could support financially. They could send weapons. They could send weaponry and fund that army and stuff like that. We don't necessarily have to launch a missile of our own. It's
true, but again, like I think, like you was saying previously, what altercation anywhere in history has the United States not wanted a piece of?
Yeah.
If they could have.
Yeah.
Or was indirectly part of, period.
You have a point, though. You got a point.
So it's like, you can't expect them to just sit down and...
Yeah, but it still has to be in a beneficial situation. Like, when they get involved in an altercation, it's to advance their own agendas and stuff like that. So it's not just going to be like, okay, we gonna be the first on the front line type of situation and y'all fight unless we getting something out of it.
No, but either way, if North Korea is not a friend, so if they had to take out North Korea, that's just one less person to have to deal with between them, Russia and China. That was the beef over there. That was like that team. So if you over here and you could take out at least somebody that would help, or somebody that, North Korea still has nuclear capabilities. So they're still a big deal. Yeah, they're still a big deal. They could still do damage. So if you have the opportunity, I think the United States looking for a reason to. They did a big brother behind, like, all right, cool. He gonna leave. You gotta leave him slap you first, and then I gonna come and deal with him.
Yeah, I could definitely see logic in that line of thinking.
I think North Korea gonna either hit Japan first again, or they're gonna try to deal up with the immediate neighbor, South Korea.
I have a Sony phone, dog. Like, what happens when they destroy the Sony factory? What happens to the iPhones that all just get made in Japan and shit?
I mean, it will just get more expensive. You're gonna have to come from the Sony factory in the States.
Like,
but you best get an upgrade now.
How many Japanese companies and stuff like have some kind of impact on the world? How many different things is produced over in that part of the world?
Phone gone.
No, you can't war in that part.
Sony Universal, all those music, TV, all those movies, all those main branches over there gone. I mean, all those places got like bigger branches in the States and in Europe and stuff like that, right? So they would still survive, quote unquote. But like the main stuff where like the legit, where everything coming from first.
Nah, man. You can't do that, man. That part of the world cool, man. They
the man said that part of the world cool.
Yo, they produce a lot of stuff for us, man.
South Korea cool too. Okay,
I imagine all I know from there is Psy. Like, Psy is the only thing that I know about Gangnam Style. That's all I know about
I personally never went yet, but it's definitely on one of my to-do places to
Honestly, I would like to visit North Korea.
No, you should go to Japan.
I just wanted to go to North Korea for the simple fact to see like what really going on there. I'd watched this one documentary that a partner of mine had told me to watch. I don't remember what the name of it is now. It was on Netflix though. And it was like an inside look at what North Korea is actually like and stuff like that. This team people, and it was like a rare thing because, you know, not much people just get this. You don't really see no footage of what does go on inside the North Korean thing. And just for that reason, I want to see if it is everything that Western propaganda paints it to be. I ain't gonna lie, if it's as negative as the way.
I think I would do it. I would want to go just for pure ego. Just to say, yeah, I went North Korea.
I just want to see the truth. Not like that. I just want to know the truth, basically. Like the documentary is interesting.
You gonna see it. You gonna see the truth.
Yeah, but the when you finish, I'm gonna look up the documentary so you can check it out.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah, it was on Netflix.
I would say it's a white panel, but most probably it's a white panel.
I think it was if I remember correctly, I think it was a Spanish speaking dude who made the documentary, but he was speaking English and stuff like that. You can hear there was an accent.
Okay. Yeah, man, put me on that.
It was definitely interesting seeing the way like he went on this tour with the people, and just the way that a lot of things seem like they orchestrated or like is a play being put on to give this kind of image of like this is what North Korea is like, when it's just you don't see what the real is. And I feel like the documentary was an interesting look, and it made me even more curious to see like what is really going on in North Korea. Like,
yeah, man, I'm gonna check it out. You must pass it by when we finish and check it out. It sound interesting. But I don't know, but with that whole war situation, I think it'll pop off soon again, and I just wanted to see who gonna be the first one, who will make the first move, because from how they preparing and how things looking by, ain't gonna be a pretty one at all.
Yeah, I think that's something we could agree on.
But speaking of war, you watch the last episode of Game of Thrones?
By
since we're talking about war, right?
So you can start out with spoilers one time and everything for whoever it is. Like, I might not have seen the episode yet and thing.
Why?
I mean, if we go,
it's okay. It's the the last topic of the podcast. So we're gonna end it off on this. So they can listen to everything else and just skip this part. True, if you haven't seen the episode, you could stop here. It's okay. We would understand. We appreciate that you listen to the previous 45 minutes of the episode. But if you haven't watched the episode, we advise you to stop here. Big man, what the hell?
Honestly, I like with the way the episode ended. It kind of surprised me because I figured that they would end it like showing that
I know
the
that
people
was
just pull up. The thing that surprised me was so we're going to display this zombie dragon and show all what a zombie dragon got.
That surprised you?
Because like I know it was coming in some way, because like they done had show from the previous episode like, we take this dragon and we make him one of us.
I'm not going to. I have to cut you
off.
What's
the point of them fighting, dog? If we got zombie dragons,
not to cut you off, right?
That's nukes right there.
Before we start with the season finale, the episode before that, right? I ain't gonna lie. When they had showed the last part, when they was like all with like they was in the battleground and thing when they had fight, and then I see the zombies walking and thing. I was like, what the hell they doing? When I see that they had chains, they was pulling chains and I was going in the water. I was like, no. I ain't gonna lie, I watch it with my mouth open.
Honestly, I was sad and upset in that episode because I was like, first of all, how this dragon dies so easily? How they take down the dragon? Spear, I was like, come on. Like, I was expecting it to get injured, but that was it, dog. Like,
I ain't gonna lie, I didn't expect it to die so quick either.
And I felt also like, they had to pay homage to 300, dog. That was all I was thinking of when I saw that moment. The moment where Leonidas threw the spear at Xerxes and was like, you not a god king, I made you bleed, dog. I felt like that was that moment right there. Even when he named from Troy, Achilles, the movie with Brad Pitt and thing, he had a famous spear, spear scene in that one as well, a long distance spear throw, and I think they really like that in these movies. It seems like
I don't know, right? But when they was taking the dragon out of the water, I was like, wow, the mango really do that?
I was sad for Khaleesi, like, how they didn't kill her, baby? Just let her.
No, like by good for she's
Tyrion
warn her, no. Tyrion warn her, don't go. You never know what can happen. One spear, one arrow can hit you, don't go. She went the first time, she get away. When she burned up the place, the Lannister people, she went there, cool, she gets away. Alright, no, she want push her luck. So she went there and called she boyfriend now. Wait, we gonna get to that. But she went call up homeboy call her now. She went to her rescue. What happened now? Your child dead. Good for your ass. Who sent you?
Bye.
Who sent you?
I was sad.
Khaleesi
is Buddha. Khaleesi's babe.
Yeah, but she dumb. She's stupid.
You can't wish bad on Beto.
Yeah, but Bae's stupid.
No, that.
No, I hope she learn now. Because she only got 2. And they ain't got no more. She got no more eggs either.
Bye. Honestly, though, like, this war to me don't make no sense. I feel like what needs to happen, like, literally just dragons fight each other, because until the dragon's dead, the humans fighting don't make no sense.
But you see, but that's the thing now. They had the upper hand with the 3 dragons. Now they have 1 dragon that he just look like he extra friggin' powerful now that he dead. But even though
with his blue, I was trying to figure out, like, is it blue fire? Is it ice? Like, what was he?
I don't know either, but I think it was blue fire, because that would make a little bit more sense
to melt the ice and shit.
Yeah, because blue and white supposed to be the hottest flames.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, Yeah,
so I assume that's what it was, because at one point I was like, that's ice for you.
I really wasn't sure what it was. It was looking like board, but I just know he was causing massive destruction. No, he was a weapon of mass destruction himself.
So that changed the whole war now, because they could have win. They really could have win.
Yeah, I mean, the weakness is fire. Khaleesi got dragons and stuff. All they gotta do is fly over, and to me, no humans you don't even need to get involved.
No,
because there ain't no way.
But not only that, now that the god kings and things know that they got dragons. He don't have one now. I mean, luckily for them, they ain't got Drogo. I mean, Drogo, whatever.
Drogo?
No, that apparently.
The dragon.
The dragon, yeah, the dragons. I think it's dragon. I think it's Drogo itself.
I don't remember
the biggest, the one Khaleesi the Ray. That's the biggest one. That's the strongest one.
True.
Luckily, they ain't got that one. But now that they got dragon on their side, and they got much more thing, they got giants and thing.
It's an unfair war.
How?
Because every fallen enemy now joins there with like.
But not only that, and then
you gotta burn them up with the dragons right away. That's the only way you gonna do this.
Xerxes, you had
300.
Yeah.
Got it stuck in your head.
With the queen, her name is Cersei. Yeah,
Cersei, Miss Lannister.
She going to double cross these people because they think they make an alliance, so now she going to double cross. And now we don't know what her brother going to do.
Cersei's a damn ass.
We don't know what Jamie
going. He and Tyrion been cool. He been hating the fact that he gotta play both sides against Tyrion. Like, you can see it been bothering him because he know Cersei is ridiculous and crazy and stuff like that, but he love her all at the same time. So he want to ride with her, but this was the last straw. It's like,
yeah, but how you gonna breed your sister again, dog?
Listen.
And Game of Thrones need to R. Martin need to stop this, cause now
this incest.
This
incest.
About incest was normal in the north, and that's why is normal for Snow and Homegirl there to be doing this thing.
No, and like it was so weird how they did it, like with the editing and everything. Is like those two scenes, particular scenes, like you just find out and we get into them. Right at the same moment, I was like, but wait, no, this can't happen.
When he pulled up at the door, right? I had that playing with a St. Martin voice in my head for some reason. So like, hey, what's going on?
She popping off.
And then she opened the door like, oh,
you want this thing?
So you come then. You actually wanted this thing now. You're sick of playing games. And he's like, boy, girl, shut up and close the door now. And she closed the door. They saw
Why? Like that, what is wrong though?
What creeped me out is how Tyrion was just there creeping on the outside, just listening to it. What I supposed to mean? Like, I was watching some like comments and some opinions and thing. They had a whole bunch of things like, either he in love.
I mean, people know what happened.
No. I think the book ain't catch up yet.
Off?
Yeah, either ain't veer off or it catch up.
Ain't catch up. Like the books is where they base the series. Like the books happened first. Like.
I don't really know, because according to I was seeing people saying this man got finished the last book or he got come out with something.
Like I was talking to somebody and they was telling me like, oh, it's about time that the series get to this point and stuff like that, because she don't know what's going on and things that she reading the books. So like,
okay,
I just ain't reading the books and I don't plan to read the books. I like the series. And
I ain't gonna lie, I would have wanted to read the books before I had watch the series.
The only thing I've ever done now with it was Harry Potter. Harry Potter was the only series like that where I actually read all the books and saw the movies.
You read the latest? You had to read the latest one?
I'd read. What you mean? Like they made a new one? Like aside from
with the one with Harry children, you read that one?
But was that not the end of like the last book type of? I mean, just the little bit that they had allude to him, kind of.
No, dog. They have a whole next book.
Well, I didn't get around to that. That was a part of my childhood.
It wasn't that good. It was a book, but at the same time, it was made in like a script.
Mm-hmm.
So you legit seeing Harry ... colon, and then it was just that like it was really like a play. And it's really annoying. Like you would see such and such enter scene. Like before they actually start talking, you would see like the makeup of the setting and stuff like that. I didn't understand that. But yeah, I have a whole story.
Like I didn't even watch the Fantastic Beast and Where to Find Them movie.
Oh, that's procrastination material. I can check that sometime.
Yeah, like I forget about it.
But that's something to watch later.
Yeah, at some point. But I feel like we said that we wanted to keep this one shorter, but still somehow managed to go over the initial time that we said. But I feel like
But I find that the Game of Thrones thing was necessary because
you needed to address that. You feel like you need to get out of your system.
I had to get it out. That was all. So I good.
But I just feel like the dragons got to fight first and then the humans, because honestly, looking at what our blue like the zombie dragon had pulled up and what he capable of, dog. Like what human gonna do anything to that?
How? Is really curious to see how they're gonna fight. But now they're gonna be fighting amongst each other because
it's two dragons. It's 2 versus 1. So they still got an upper hand technically to some degree.
No,
like we could.
No, how you mean they got an upper hand when Homeboy got the the gold medal in javelin?
You're right. But yeah, cause this man arm don't play as this man arm don't play. So that distance he covered there.
He can't go no Olympics. He winning everything. But on that note, everybody. Thanks again for listening to another episode of the LinkUp podcast with your host, Mr. King and Kana.
Yes, Kana. And yeah, we want to make sure that you tune in. Make sure subscribe, comment, share the video if you enjoyed it, do all the good stuff. And stay tuned for next week's episode.
Next week's episode of the LinkUp.
Yes.
Bless up.
With that, we're out.